I've tried so many beauty products over the years, and I figured it was about time for me to wrap up and share with you guys some of my most commonly used products. This means I've at least used more than 5 of each of these products, so I feel like that speaks very highly as to how much I've enjoyed all of the skincare products that I'm going to be talking about. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I feel like this first one is going to be no surprise to you guys if you've watched my channel in the past, and they're also the sponsor of this video, and that is belif. I think I've gone through the most products from this brand out of a lot of other brands that I've used. It's definitely in the top. They are launching a little holiday gift. It's actually launched on the 9th. And the reason I'm excited about this is because I always use these little gifting opportunities as a way to not only introduce belif to you guys as a brand, but some of my favorite skincare products. So like I said, they do launch something like this, like a little holiday gift set every year. And this is this year's, which is Moisture Festival. So not only are these a good introduction to belif as a brand and some of their best products, but the value of this is also pretty much a knockout. So in this year's, voila, you get a full size of the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Now this is excellent, especially moving into the colder months when our skin tends to be a bit more dry. This is something that I have on hand. I've gone through multiple tubs of this. I really don't even know how many I've gone through because I've gone through so many. Between me and my boyfriend who loves the True Cream Aqua Balm, we've gone through a lot of belif. Also get little deluxe sizes. Going back to the main feature of this holiday set, this actually keeps your skin moisturized for like 26 hours. So anytime you're like out and about, maybe you're running errands or doing something around the house, you know your moisturizer is working overtime. So this is gonna be available at Sephora for $38 retail. And like I said, this is a great time to not only pick this up for yourself, but also pick it up for someone else you might want to introduce to belif or some of their products. So this next product that I'm going to be talking about, I again don't even know how many tubs of this I've gone through, and that is the Annie's Way Arbutin and Hyaluronic Acid Brightening Jelly Mask. Now, I was first introduced to this by Bubs Beauty like a couple years ago, or a lot of years ago, and I picked one of these up, and ever since then I fell in love. Now, this one is actually my favorite formula. I've got a couple empties of it here. This is actually my current one that I'm working on, but I just burn through these like crazy. Like for my dry skin, this is an excellent brightening and smoothing mask. It leaves my skin feeling so much softer, and I've seen a lot of people say that these help kind of like soften up the blackheads so they're easier to purge out of their skin. So I guess they're good at also helping get the gunk out. But I mainly use them to keep my skin like soft and supple and kind of like a regenerative type of mask. Every once in a while, I'll like stray and try a different version. They've got like 10 or 12 different versions of this. I've tried pretty much all of them, but I go back to my favorite one, which like I said, is the blue label, the Arbutin and Hyaluronic Acid. But yeah, I have been obsessed with this jelly mask for the longest time. I keep one in my shower, essentially open at all times, and it's been one of my long-standing favorites. So I guess I'll mention this next one because it's also like a jelly product, and that is the Utena Premium Pureza, their jelly mask. Now they also have a couple different versions of this. I just like pretty much any jelly mask from Utena, and I discovered these last year before my trip to Japan and absolutely fell in love with these. They're so unique, and I will be honest, these are a little bit more expensive than maybe your traditional sheet mask because these are like a premium sheet mask because of the jelly in them. So they're packaged individually. Obviously, you kind of massage the jelly before you open it. You place it on your skin, and I kid you not, I've never seen my skin look better after a sheet mask than when I use something like this. I stocked up on this last time I was in Japan because I'm that obsessed with these. So this is also something I always have in stock at my house. Super nourishing, super moisturizing, and it doesn't just like sit on the skin and feel sticky. In fact, it kind of like forms like a seal on the skin. So it's really nice, and if you haven't tried them, I'd highly recommend them. These are pretty much like bestseller, extremely famous in Japanese skincare, so definitely worth trying if you haven't. I've got quite a few, I guess, oldies but goodies here because like I said, I am sharing with you guys in this video products that I have used over the years, bought consistently or picked consistently up, and I have gone back to them because I've liked them and burned through multiple bottles of them. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is essentially a skincare line. That is the Time Revolution line from Misha. Now these are a couple different variations of the original, and like I said, I just love everything that comes out from this line in general. the Time Revolution essences, all of them are excellent. I've gone through at least like 10 to 15 bottles of these over the years and trying like the different versions of them versus just the original. This one's a mist, but I really find a difference when I use this essence in my skincare routine. My skin just looks so much brighter, and because it is that lightweight watery texture, I feel like it does moisturize my skin from like deeper levels. So I always have to have some form of essence in my skincare routine. This was my first intro into essences and still among my favorites. I'd highly recommend checking out any, versions of these. I've loved all the versions of them from the Time Revolution line from Misha. Love those. Now this is kind of along the same vein, I guess, but I'm gonna count this as like a separate product, which is also the Time Revolution serums or ampules from Misha. I won't go too much into it because I just like ranted about how much I love the Time Revolution essences. These are the ampules. Actually, I've got the old version here, but I've got a couple empties and like a current one that I've got open here. And these again were like my first intro into like anti-aging skincare and also I guess fermented ampules and ampules in general. This is originally thought to be a good dupe for the Lancome, what's it called? I'm gonna have to put it up on screen because I don't remember what it's called. This was supposed to be an affordable dupe for it back in the day. At least that's what this was known for. Now, unlike some of the products I just talked about, I haven't talked about this one in a little bit, but it is my all-time favorite makeup remover, and that is the Milkshake Point Makeup Remover from Skin Food. Now, I had a little bit of a scare there because I didn't know what was going on with Skin Food as a company. It looks like they're just rebranding a little bit, but I was really scared about that business purely for this product. Now, this is an amazing makeup remover. I have very sensitive eyes, and I find a lot of makeup removers like burn my eyes. And this is one of the few that don't, and this is also not only like a gentle makeup remover, this guy is strong. Like this gets off waterproof mascara, which we all know how hard that can be to get off sometimes. I've definitely gone through several bottles of this. I just shook it, but it is one of those like shaky makeup removers where it's like two parts, got like the milky component and then I guess the non-milky component. But yeah, this is so good. Again, this was one of those skincare products I remember seeing a lot of people talk about because it was kind of famous in Korea, and after I picked it up, I was like, I get it. Totally get it. Let's talk about sunscreen. Now, if you guys have ever seen my empties stash, I still do go through it and get rid of empties. Having said that, I was able to still find 3 of these in my current empties, so that means I must have used these in the past like year. These are the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence. I had these in one of my end of yearly skincare favorites. Now this is one of my all-time favorite sunscreens. This is a chemical-based sunscreen. It goes on really nicely, and they've recently, I believe, reformulated so it has less of that like alcohol-y smell. But if you're someone who's super picky about how your sunscreen goes on, this goes on like nothing. Hence the watery essence name in the title. But this also has high protection. It has SPF 50+, PA quadruple plus, so you're getting both UVA and UVB protection. Another product I stocked up on while I was in Japan. In fact, I think I had this in the video, products I stocked up on in Japan. So this is a cleanser we always have in my house. I'll use this occasionally, but mainly the reason that I like this is for my boyfriend's skin. This is from Cosrx, the Salicylic Acid Daily Gentle Cleanser. Back in the day when this was harder to get my hands on, I used to like bring back like a suitcase full of this whenever I visited Korea because my boyfriend really likes this cleanser. This is like the one cleanser that made a difference in how his skin looks. So this was something that was able to kind of taper down his acne-prone skin and allow his other skincare products to work after that. This has pretty much been his go-to cleanser for the past like 5 or 6 years. So this is something, like I said, we have multiple bottles of this at my house. I can't even tell you how many of these we've gone through since it's like between both of us. It's like belif. Both of us like it, so you know we're burning through it twice as fast. These, I almost feel like I'm cheating because I use more than one of these at a time, most of the time when I use them. And that is pimple patches. Now, I do like these ones from Cosrx. I actually like the red packaging better than I do the black packaging. I just happen to have this on hand, but I buy multiple packages of pimple patches. A lot of times they're kind of similar, so I'm not super picky on the type. I mean, there's a lot of brands that I like, so I just use a lot of pimple patches because I have a lot of pimples that need pimple patches. These are not only an excellent way to help speed up the recovery process if you ever have like one of those pimples that have a head, but it also prevents you from getting your like dirty little grimy fingers on it because it acts as like a protective band-aid to cover the spot, and it also absorbs, you know, all the gunk that's in your pimple, so you don't have to do it and pop it yourself, so you get the satisfaction of removing all that from your skin. It's always good to just have a couple of these at your house, and yeah, I use a lot of pimple patches. I'm sure I've gone through a ton of these. Last but not least, even though this is a skincare video, I do have like a body skincare product because this I buy in multiples when I do buy it at Target, and that is this bubble bath from Dr. Teal's, the foaming bath with pure Epsom salt. Now I have explored all the different versions of these. They've got like a eucalyptus one, they've got like a pink Himalayan salt one, a citrus one, a coconut one. So I always buy like 3 or 4 bottles of this whenever I'm at Target to stock up because I like to take baths, and this is my go-to bath product. It's very fragrant and it uses essential oils. You know, it's very affordable, so it helps, I guess, keep my lush habit down because the lush habit's a very expensive habit. Yeah, it's bubble bath, but I if I'm gonna be honest in this video, I buy this a lot. All right, you guys, so those are the skincare products that I have gone through multiple bottles of, that I've picked up multiple times, that I've burned through. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I know some of these products you guys have seen throughout my videos, sprinkled through the lifetime of my channel. But like I said, since I do use so many skincare products, these are definitely the products I tend to gravitate towards and go back to. As always, I'll go ahead and link all the products that I mentioned in the description box below, as well as the holiday kit from Belif, the Moisture Festival, which is available at Sephora. I'll go ahead and link that down below as well. And as always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!